I also am a huge proponent of clean nuclear. I'm super intrigued by the work that you've done at BYU and the molten salt reactors and the possibility of having something without the ability to overheat and explode. I think a lot of rumors and myths have been dispelled, but one thing that no one has said is one way that we really could control what our power costs are is if we as a city had a power plant. And there are some cities like Lehigh and Linden that have these things, and it makes an incredible difference to their bottom line as a city. Is it expensive? Yes. But will the entities in our city use as much power as the rest of the state? Also, yes. Okay, so the nuclear topic, I think that the people should be involved in that conversation. A lot's been said about doing a lot of talking, but I think even more important than the talking is the listening. And started talking to people who are in the field and realized that this is a lot of information for us to process, and it needs to be something that we do safely, and we need to be a part of the conversation instead of just waiting for it to come and happen to us.
So my question is, if you were mayor and anyone, whether it be the state, a business, anyone, proposed the idea of building nuclear reactors within city limits or near the city, what would you do? Would you support it? Would you be against it, and why? And what would you do with the waste? Because in my research, currently all the nuclear waste is stored where it's generated, and that means the waste would be exposing our citizens. And who would bear the cost? Who would be paying for it, and how? And how long would they be paying for it? And would we end up bearing the cost after 20 years? And why did the city want to build nuclear reactors in the city limits? And was it for the data centers? I just would like those questions.
So, if nuclear is the very best, and there are reasons that we need to be concerned about it, then we should work to fix those reasons before we bring it in. If nuclear isn't the very best and geothermal's better, or wind, which it's not, everybody knows that, solar, all of these things, right? That's what we should be doing. And I've been in IPP down in Delta. My father-in-law was one of the people that helped build it. And that whole town was essentially built around this power plant.
The Intermountain Power Project is massive. Now it's teaming up with another big name to explore putting a nuclear power plant there.
This is an agreement between Energy Solutions, the Intermountain Power Agency, and the state of Utah to explore and evaluate potential sites for the location for a new nuclear facility.
The state's first nuclear power plant could be here at the Intermountain Power Project outside Delta.
So, and there's Dugway, and there's all these other things. So let's sit down together at the table. Let's start thinking about what we can really do to prevent the dangers associated with all forms of energy, and make sure that we have a voice when it comes to what's going on the state and federal level, period. I will say this. I really love Downton Abbey. Watch it all the time. And one of the things that's interesting about it is, like, when they first got electricity, it was like a really big deal. And the one person was like, that's like witchcraft and it's going to cause all of these things. And I'm not saying that is the case with nuclear, but it's been really interesting to watch the evolution as people were able to learn more about something, how they were able to solve some of the problems that the people in that era faced. Problems aren't solved by putting our heads in the sand. Problems are solved by people. The cure to diseases, the car, the telephone, all of those things were done by someone who was really smart, who worked with other really smart people to solve the problem. And that's what we need to do for our energy. We need to take the best people and put them in the same space. And we need to make sure that we have someone who's strong enough to have a voice at the table.